what the season has been so far in the Premier League, sincerely, I've been surprised. It's been a crazy ride. Around this time last year was when we were just at the start of the pandemic season.
Yes.
You would recall Liverpool had run away with the league already by then, and they did do well for themselves when we came back. But then again, they couldn't keep that run going. There were games after the lockdown where they weren't supposed to lose. That was before they were crowned champions.
Yeah.
And then this season came, everyone thought, yes, Liverpool champions, can they do it again? There was a time we were actually calling them the best champions in the history of the Premier League. There was that crap agreement in that period. And all of a sudden now, injuries here, problems with Klopp there. I feel the primary reason for Liverpool's downturn in form is that Klopp has used those boys dry. You can come at me, you can disagree with me, but I would say, I feel, because if you look at his track record from his time at Dortmund, very, very, very similar situation happened at Dortmund. After they won the league, they struggled to make top for the next season. He battled relegation the season after. That was before he left to. He came to Liverpool. I think he spent 3 seasons after winning the league. I'm not very sure, but then again, I feel he has burnt out these boys too, and they are not.
What else is he supposed to do? Like if that's the squad that you are giving, that's the only alternative you have to like use the squad to maximum capacity. Everybody's talking about Van Dijk. Why didn't they buy a centre back? As far as I know, Klopp is not responsible for bringing in players. He's not responsible for the recruitment of the club, at least not to the full extent. So at least the best you can do is utilize the players that are in front of you.
Yeah,
So like,
I agree with you because I mean the board aren't buying anybody. Same starting lineup, Salah, Mane. They're the only big team in England where the front three is like, well, you just need Salah, Mane, Firmino. Only sometimes maybe.
But then again, this season it hasn't been settled because they've been misfiring. Firmino since 2 seasons ago, everyone was saying yes, it's because he's
defensive forward.
Yeah, that's what Dev does to you. They got Diogo Jota, and even when.
But then again, as a good manager, you should know that you have problem with depth. I think the fact that Liverpool were winning probably blinded Klopp and FSG to the fact that their team was good up to the first team level. But then after that, they really didn't have anyone to come in for this game.
I don't think they were blinded. I think the board knew exactly what they were doing. And that's why I'm saying you can't blame the manager, because it's the board that said that we're we're winning the title, we were competing for Champions League, and they couldn't like reinvest into the team. So I mean, as a manager, there's nothing more you can do. Especially, there's no way you can predict Van Dijk being out for the full season. Someone that is not injury prone, someone that is not, and he's the core part of our team. So apart from even like Van Dijk, apart from even like the other injuries, the other people being worn out, Salah misfiring, all that, there's no way you can really predict.
Salah hasn't really misfired that much this season. Man has 17 goals in the Premier League, the highest amount of goals this season.
But he misses chances now, and teams, all those games that they lost this season by fair margin, 1-0.
The question would be how much chances do Liverpool create now? Robertson and Arnold are not throwing out as many chances
and that still goes back to Van Dijk not being available.
And senior man Thiago, who was brought into, is apparently the biggest fraud in the Premier League. So he hasn't been producing any chances for Liverpool. So you still have to give kudos to someone like Salah. It is this season where I would accept that Salah definitely is in the conversation for some of the best forwards we've seen in the Premier League. Maybe bigger than some of the household names we already have. Because
what household names?
Don't ask me that. Don't get me into that. Irrespective.
I hope you're not mentioning Hazard. What household names Salah?
This season when Chelsea were doing crap, Hazard wasn't there to be scoring 17 goals.
I'm never going to get.
I'm not going to get to that conversation. Hazard, Salah, they were both good players.
It's only Chelsea fans that think Hazard is better than Salah.
As you would pick Salah over Hazard.
Yes.
Alright.
It's only Chelsea fans that would pick Hazard.
Would you pick?
I wouldn't pick. I feel they have all contributed a whole lot to their teams. Hazard didn't win the Champions League, then win the league after. Even though he won the league and he won the Champions League. But he didn't do it in a 3-year run like Salah has done. And that was when my own question.
He didn't win the Champions League.
And that's when it did. Oh, it was the season after. Yeah, exactly. He didn't win the Champions League. It was only the Europe. Exactly. So, but then you look at Salah for 3 years now. He's consistently dropped 30 goal seasons. First season in the Premier League, he shattered the highest goal scoring record. Got those amount of goals. Did this almost the same thing the season after. Last year when they needed him to turn on for them to win the league, he did. And now he's still topping the charts. Liverpool have been piss poor if we are going to be sincere with ourselves. But then you still have a Salah who is contending for the golden boots. That is stuff of
He has
champions.
even contested for the Golden Boot every season, like since that the Champions League
So-
season.
Like for a winger, that's mad.
So it means at the end of the day, we might blame Klopp, we might say some of the players are not producing as you'd expect them to. When you look at likes of Mane's goals have been far and in between.
Yeah.
You look at Firmino has been really, really horrible in the past couple of months. You look at Jota was brought in, he was getting goals at the beginning of the season. Injury.
a couple months, 2 months.
You wouldn't blame him for Jota's situation, but I feel as if he was as good as people are touting Klopp to be when he won the Champions League and then the league, I feel he should have envisaged this. I mean, you don't play that well for 3 years and not burn out. We saw Pep burn out last year, even though he was able to get the guys to the semi-final, to the quarter-final of the Champions League. The only person who still did it during his time was Alex Ferguson, where he would have a horrible season and still find a way to pull out the Premier League. And that was the conversation. Was Klopp that good? Apparently, he isn't. He can't do it again with the same set of squad. But the question is now, will Liverpool buy more players?
They have to. I'm even hearing rumors that Salah might be, like, his head might be swayed elsewhere. I'm thinking, like, where does his head want to be swayed to, apart from Madrid and Barcelona? And they're not even, like, in the same conversation as they were before. I mean, Barcelona are not in Champions League anymore. Madrid are not favourites at all.
Exactly.
Like, as a Chelsea fan, you wouldn't be scared of getting Madrid
Actually,
in the draw at this stage. So is that you want to leave a
Like,
Liverpool?
do you think you win the Champions League?
actually, now
you wouldn't want to leave a Liverpool team that has contended for Champions League, contended, then won, contended for Premier League, then won, and then you go from that to a Madrid team that doesn't even have a core player.
But you know the interesting thing is they've really dropped. They've dropped really much. Talking about Liverpool, the quality they were at when they won the league is way lower than where they are at now. So I feel it's still a very, very straight